So I got something to talk about from Franklin Armory today, and it is not the CA11 that they sent me. It is about the Title I. Now, you might have heard about this in a video that I talked about, or you might have seen it online, you might have seen their videos about it, but the Title I, what is it? Can we get it? Why can't we get it right now? And what's the status on that? That's what we're going to be talking about today. So the Franklin Armory Title I, as I talked about in my first video, as you've probably seen online, as they have posted, the Franklin Armory Title I is a other type of gun. It isn't a rifle, as it is not intended to be fired from the shoulder. It is not a handgun due to the barrel length being over 16 inches. It is a semi-automatic firearm with a rifled barrel. It does not need detachable, or it does not need fixed magazines, and it can have all of the features except for a stock, because it is not designed to be fired from the shoulder. So a lot of people have been asking, where can I get it? Can I get one? I want to get one right now. Let's talk about why you can't actually get one yet and what we can do, because Franklin Armory does kind of need your help in the sense that if you help them out, it gives them a better foot to stand on, and we'll talk about that in a second. So right now, when you go through the Department of Justice, when you go to a gun store and you say, hey, I want a gun, for example, when I picked this gun up, the Franklin Armory CA11, this is a handgun. It's labeled as a pistol, not as a rifle, not as a shotgun, and not as a stripped receiver. This gun was bought as a pistol. And now you heard me say pistol, rifle, shotgun, or bear receiver. Those are currently the only types of guns that you're legally allowed to dross through the California Department of Justice background check system. So when you fill out that paperwork saying what the gun is, the make, model, serial number, you have to also give it a classifier of what type of gun it is. Currently, the Franklin Armory, not being a rifle, but it being a long gun, and it not being a handgun, and not being a shotgun either, puts it into a category where it doesn't fit any of the current drop-down menu options, meaning that in order to buy that gun, you couldn't legally do it, and you would be, in essence, improperly filling out a government form by saying that you're buying something that is a rifle when it's not a rifle, or buying a stripped receiver when it's not a stripped receiver. So currently, right now, there's no actual legal way for you to get the background check done and actually take home a Title I firearm. I'm going to talk in a future video about potentially manufacturing your own. If you are interested in that, let me know in the comments below. So here's the deal. Franklin Armory put out deposits, basically a pre-order for their Title I. So when the DOJ finally gets their shit together, you'll be able to buy them. Now, here's why I think that you should help this out and why you should maybe put that $5 pre-order saying that you want one down. Currently, the DOJ has been dragging their feet, and they said that it was going to take up to 10 months for them to add a simple drop-down menu system saying other. Now, we basically know that's not the case, and anyone that has any understanding of how software development works knows that isn't the case, and we can prove this basically because in the last several months since the Title I was announced, several different updates have rolled out to the Department of Justice website for their DRO system, adding different methods to the drop-down menu. For example, adding 300 blackout to the pistol section for their CA11, adding 350 Legend for their for the CA12, and adding United Arab Emirates as an option for a country of origin on the form. So we know that they have the ability to easily and quickly add in a drop-down menu option. What the DOJ is doing is they're stopping you from being able to legally purchase a gun that is okay for you to possess, legal for you to buy, through their own business practices. Now the issue comes here. Franklin Armory is currently in a situation where they have to kind of make this decision of whether they go the legal suing route of going after the DOJ for them not allowing them to do legal business, or they can kind of wait it out with the DOJ. Currently, it's looking like it's going to have to go through the legal process and they're going to have to be sued. Why I think it's important for you to actually put down a deposit on one of these guns is because the more people putting in for it, the more people that have a potential claim, and the bigger impact that the lawsuit is able to bring to the table, saying, hey, this amount of people, this amount of dealers, these amount of wholesalers are all out of money and being damaged by being unable to buy and unable to sell these guns that should be legal to sell. And they're going to be able to have a better case going forward. So right now we're in a situation, just to wrap up, we're in a situation where the DOJ is dragging their feet intentionally to force us to be unable to legally buy these guns. Franklin Armory currently is in a position where they are trying to avoid having to go a lawsuit route just because it's expensive and time consuming. Hopefully the DOJ gets their shit together and doesn't just intentionally enforce their will on us. However, it's looking like it's not going to be that easy, so I recommend maybe putting the $5 deposit down. I cannot link it directly here due to YouTube guidelines, but if you want to DM me on Instagram, I could send it to you, or you could just look it up for yourself. It's pretty easy to find on their website. So if you have any questions, drop a comment below. If you want me to talk about potentially manufacturing your own, what the legalities of that would be, I can go into that into a future video, but it's a little bit complicated and it's not something that I could necessarily tell you, do exactly this and it is legal. It's more of a, here's what the laws are, here's how it conflicts and something like that. So if you're interested in that, let me know and I'd be happy to go through that with you guys. As always, have fun, be safe, stay dangerous. Peace.